What's going on, guys? Back real quick. I heard about Teofimo Lopez and Vasil Lomachenko. Both are fighting pretty soon. Lomachenko's fighting on ESPN Plus versus Anthony Crolla on Friday, not Saturday, like most fights. It's going to be on a Friday. Um, and Teofimo Lopez will be on the Terrence Crawford Amir Khan undercard. I think it's the co-main event versus Edis Tatley, um, boxer from Finland. He fought Richard Brill for I think the WBA featherweight title a couple years ago. It was like probably like 2014, something like that. Um, it's a big step up for Teofimo Lopez. He's been calling out Lomachenko. As you guys know, I'm not a big fan of uh, jumping up in competition super fast. But if you feel like you're ready, make it happen. You know, Lomachenko's not in a deep weight class. Bob Arum already shot down that. Mikey Garcia is not worth 50-50 versus Lomachenko, which I would disagree. But I mean, if he's already putting that out there right now, there's nothing really to talk about. So, if anything, Mikey will probably come down to 140 and probably stay at 140 and just, physically, psychologically work his way back up. Um, uh, we'll see how Teofimo Lopez looks. He's fighting a former title challenger, so this will be a big step up. If he looks good in the fight, um, why not? The best time to beat a talented fighter is when they are a prospect. I would probably make it similar to Keith Thurman and Earl Spence back in 2015 when Floyd Mayweather offered to put his WBA world belt on the line uh, for his last fight when he fought Berto, and to put it on his undercard. Earl Spence versus Keith Thurman. Even though stylistically, sorry, sucks being outside. Even though stylistically, Earl Spence is probably the worst fight for Keith Thurman, probably the last couple of years. At that time, I would have picked Keith Thurman to beat Earl Spence, just based off experience. He hasn't beaten anybody at that time. But once he beat the Chris Algieri's, the Leonard Bundus, and so on and so forth, then obviously, especially when he became a champion. But um, you know, uh, experience does matter. But he's fighting a former title challenger, Lopez is. So if he looks good versus Edis, I can't say his last name, but if he looks good against Edis, then make it happen. Why not? I mean, like I said, probably not gonna fight Mikey. Richard Coleman, I think he's the IBF champion. Um, so I mean, those are really the only fights for you, unless you're gonna fight Devin Haney, which I don't see that likely happening. Even though he has his own promotional company, Devin Haney, he's been talking to Eddie Hearn and DAZN. There's been rumblings about that going on. He might fight. If Mikey drops the WBC belt, he might end up fighting Luke Campbell, UK gold medalist. He's a solid fighter. Might fight him for the vacant WBC scrap, probably on DAZN. So, if Mikey drops the belt, which he hasn't officially done yet, so we'll see what happens. Um, Definitely a good fight week, though. A lot of great fights this week. The Lomachenko card Lomachenko card's alright. I think it's his first fight on ESPN Plus. I don't think he's fought on this app before, so we'll see how he does versus Anthony Crolla. It's an okay fight. I mean, Anthony Crolla, he's game. He's tough. He's a former champ. He's been in some tough fights, but stylistically, I don't really see him doing much in the fight. Really, I mean, I really think he's tailor made for Lomachenko. If Anthony, I mean, Crolla got a nice jab, but that's really about it. Because Lomachenko, he's 5'6" with like a 65-inch reach, and Krolla's like 5'7" with like a 67-inch reach. So he's got a reach advantage, slight height advantage, and he does have a good jab. But the only way he could really beat Lomachenko is if he was to push Lomachenko back and really, make Lomachenko fight backwards. Loma's not really a good defensive fighter. Um, he does his best work when the fight's in the middle of the ring, where his speed and quickness and angles can dominate, or if he's pushing you back. Um, so, I see Lomachenko really just volume outworking him. Uh, pity pat punches, the decoy punches. Loma's one of the best at, setting people up with soft shot, touch, and then bang, left hook to the body, tap, left hook upstairs, tap, switch, right hook, left hook, Once Lomachenko's in a groove, it's really, he's really fun to watch, So if you haven't seen him before, I definitely recommend checking him out, especially in this fight where fighter got a decent name and he's tailor made for him. Krolla's not, he's not a bum, but I wouldn't call him a world beater. He was a title holder. Not really champion. When I think champion, I think a respected fighter that that dude is legit. But Krolla's just But I think Lomachenko's gonna have his way with him, and then Teofimo Lopez, who's fighting on the Con Crawford undercard. If Lopez looks good, why not? Historically, it doesn't work out for prospects against experienced champions, but Lopez does have the physical advantage, and stylistically, I actually think he would do well versus Lomachenko. He's shown a very good ability to be a good counter puncher. He's a strong puncher. He's got quickness, athleticism. He can box. He showed a beautiful up jab in his last fight, which you almost never see anymore. Especially young fighters, they don't jab that much in general, so he's really crispy with it. His last fight, he looked great. He was just taking his time, just systematically breaking his opponent down. If he could, sit on his jab and work off the jab, use angles, counter to the body, he could do really well, not just against Edis, but also against Lomachenko, because Lomachenko can't fight backwards. So if you can make him fight backwards and make him be the counter puncher, you can definitely beat Lomachenko. If not, maybe even stop him, because it sounds like Lomachenko and his team want him to go back down, which obvious sign that his last two fights against Jorge Linares and Jose Pedraza, those performances spooked him, because those were both competitive fights. Linares, I think the judges had it pretty close. I think one judge had Linares up and the other two had Lomachenko up by a round. So if you haven't checked that, definitely watch it. That was I would say that was an underrated fight of the year type fight. It was a really good one. I would listen to it without the commentary. Commentary is extremely biased on ESPN. They gotten a little bit better, but I think all the commentary really, ESPN, Fox, DAZN, commentary hasn't been too good lately in terms of boxing. Showtime's probably got the best one for now, but they aight too, definitely a lot of good fights going on. Wouldn't mind seeing Lopez versus Lomachenko, just because it is a good style matchup and it is a good fight. I think he should season up a little bit more, but almost like anything else in life, if you feel you're ready, you're ready. So hey, go for it. Because I know him and his team have talked about moving up extremely soon, actually. So basically, if Lopez can't get the fight next with Lomachenko, then I think he's going to move up to 140. So we'll see what happens. But a lot of action going on at lightweight and super lightweight. Obviously, the World Boxing Super Series. I'll definitely make more videos on that. But other than that, stay tuned. Watch ESPN Plus. I think the first fight is going to be free if you haven't subscribed to them yet. So you'll have a free trial. But Friday, ESPN Plus, Lomachenko versus Not Jose Pedraza, Anthony Crolla. Good night of boxing, though. Other than that, drop a comment, follow, subscribe, like. Have a good day.